dry now. When you use the tissue paper in the gel medium, you put a little bit of an acrylic wash over it, you get the most amazing textures. And I tried to take a few close-up pictures of it so you can see the textures. But when you build your own page, I think you'll notice that yourself. Now, I want you to remember, this is just the background. So these are just points of interest. The stickers that I added behind there. You can still barely see them, but they add texture and they add interest to the page. Now we're going to try something. I'm going to introduce something new to you today. Maybe you're familiar with pan pastels. This is something I discovered this past spring. And I found these at Donna Downey and also at Scarlet Lime. They're two of my favorite places to go shop for mixed media supplies. And both of them, Donna Downey and Christy Tomlinson, both have little video workshops about how to use these. So they're just so much fun. I love the pan pastels. The pan pastels are the pure pigments, kind of in a dry, powdery form. But you can do some amazing things. So what we're going to do, since there's a little bit of blue in here, I thought I would add a little bit of blue to this, and not a whole lot. Now, they're clean, they're really easy to use. I know that this sponge looks dirty, and that's what you apply it with, is the sponge. You can apply it with a tool like this, has a little sponge tip on it, or this longer, there's several different kinds of sponges with several different kinds of tips. You can see they have different tips on them. And then they also have the little bitty, look like eyeshadow brushes. But we're going to take the sponge, and they're so soft and they're so creamy. Love playing with them. And we're just going to try to add a little bit of more texture around this. And when I do this, you can see the texture that was already there, but you probably couldn't see it. Let me show that up close to you. Get my camera out of the way. I hope you can see that. Anyway, the texture's right there with that color on there. It's really bringing that out. So we're just going to kind of go around the edge of this. Bring out textures. And add a little bit of color to this also. Okay, so now I've added just a little bit of color around it. And I'm going to spray on here. Now that pigment will come out. But I was wanting to get rid of any of the loose pieces. To clean my brush or my sponge, just take a paper towel and you just rub it right on top of there. You don't need to rub real hard, but you just rub through there until it's clean. And even though it looks like there's still paint on here, it will not contaminate when you go to a different color. There's a lot of things you can do with the pan pastels. I'm just now discovering the versatility of them and how much fun they are to create with. And they're kind of fun to add color, and you can even build backgrounds with these. They are a little bit expensive, I'll warn you, but I've been collecting mine over time. I'll buy just a little bit here and a little bit there. And I also bought the really nice holder for them. Okay, the last thing I did before we start putting anything on here is you'll need to spray this with a workable fixative to make sure the pan pastels do not move. I took the Krylon workable fixative outdoors because you're going to need an area that's well ventilated. And everything is dry now. In fact, I kind of like to dry that outdoors so that the smell doesn't come inside the house. So anyway, that's sprayed and everything is set. Now I'm ready to start building my layers on top of this. I made a sheet. I went through the Escape and Scrap website and found some adorable butterfly wings, just different altered art looking wings and things like that. Pulled out some things from the Lucky 7 kit and made a sheet out of those different items. And I'll have links on the blog for you so that you can go through the different items and find what you like. But I just thought that little girl was so cute. I don't know if I'm going to use her today. We've got these darling leaf butterfly wings and cute little birds. Put all that on there. And I cut out this really, since this is going to be a page that I want to honor my mom, I decided on this small picture, and I'm going to use this frame, which, boy, that's on paper. I printed that, and that's from the Lucky 7 kit, the collaborative kit, and I'm going to use that. These are the wings that I'm going to use, and they were a little bit, they just kind of washed into the background, so I went around the edge of them with 2 inks, with my Faded Jean Distress ink and the Walnut Stain Distress ink, both by Ranger. I also did the same thing, went around this also. And since we have a little bit of blue in here, I went around it with the blue to kind of lift and tie all those blues together. So that's going to go here. And I'm just going to start building this page and start adding my elements and the different things that I want to use. And then I'm going to go ahead and add everything again with the gel medium.